lights, so I wanted to make sure all of it was turned off.
Yeah, no worries.
Estimated time to start?
As soon as we get... Well, I don't know if Patrick's
Anybody get a
gonna
hold
show
of
up.
Patrick? I say I don't know. Has anybody got a hold of him?
I text him. He said he didn't know what time he'd be on or if he'd make it. He got plans right at 4:30, so we'll see.
Okay. Alrighty then. I guess we'll kick right into it. You guys have already defeated all of the things that you found in the tower. You got the third eye. You got back. You got inducted into the gray hands and force gray. And unbeknownst to you, while you were being inducted, you wanted to have Vorak play for your group. Well, he figured out you had something planned, and he set a trap for whoever was going to go through his portal. And those people Dorian and his party went through, were put in the trap. And it closed, and you guys weren't able to open it. And meanwhile, Vorak is trying to press you for the eye, the third eye, because you guys had mind blanked yourself, so he couldn't read you. And so he did not know that you did not have the eye. So you figured out that he has pretty much supplanted most of the people in control of the city. He didn't have complete control at the time, but he was working towards it. And you found out Vajra had barely escaped his plan to replace her. And though he did replace her, she is still loose, which was not a part of his plan, and is helping you guys escape the city and also organizing an underground resistance to Vorak's plan. She has told you that she will help create a teleportation circle on your ship, and you have picked up a bunch of plants and asked the druids to deliver them to each of the ships. You have 6 ships in the harbor that are about ready to be released. And you had gotten away from the Black Tower in time so that your mind blanks didn't wear off, and made arrangements to stay away from Vorak in a inn that Vajra met you at. And it is now the next morning. And after that night, you probably did not sleep well, but you still get a full night's rest. So we'll take off from there.
Cool.
So what are you all going to do?
I think the first thing to do is to ask Vajra to help modify our memories so we don't know who has the stone.
Okay, she says she can do that to probably 3 of you today, and maybe 3 more tomorrow, but you guys don't have that kind of time at the moment. She also tells you that there is a caravan leaving for Baldur's Gate tomorrow morning, and she's already arranged for you guys to be caravan guards if that's what you decide to do. So you've got that option. You've also got the ships. And she can erase the memory from 3 of you.
Okay. Well, if she can erase memory from 3 of us, we can get the other 3 later when we're back in the city.
Okay. Or when she meets you on the ship to make the teleportation circle.
Right. So, let's see, I guess I will take a piece of paper and write down the word Harakuli and fold it up, and somewhere there in the inn, if there's a safe place to put a scrap of paper like that, where it's not likely to be messed with, a book or something?
Well, what's the place made out of? Is it stone cellar that we're sleeping in?
No, you're actually sleeping in a wood and plaster inn. Sorry, my dog's being obnoxious.
Would they have a cellar that they would let us into? That's stone.
Yeah, there is a stone cellar in the basement.
Okay, Lex will offer to use stone shape to make a hole and then cover it up again in where we can hide the piece of paper.
Okay. They will escort you down to the cellar where there's wine and kegs of beer and stores for cooking, some herbs hanging from the ceiling and whatnot. And there's a couple of spaces where you could probably put that under a tile.
Okay, I'll wait until we're alone before we do
I'm
anything.
not sure we want to hide it someplace that thoroughly, because if one of us gets captured, the rest of us will need to move the note.
We can just put it a little under the stone and then it can be broken out. It's just, it won't leave seams, it won't be accidentally found.
That works. Just put it shallow under the surface so we can get to it.
Okay,
That
we'll
way-
put it 5 feet deep.
I was gonna say, yeah. That way, any of one of us could find it.
Okay. I'll create a shallow depression as whoever puts the note in, and I'll cover it right back up.
Okay.
Does it appear to be natural and unnoticeable?
Well, what you can do is there are tiles, and between the tiles is packed in sand and dirt. So you could probably scrape up a place between those tiles, put it in there, and replace the sand and dirt, pack it back down.
Okay, that works, and there's no stone or spell slots used, so.
All right, we do that.
Okay. So you got back out of the cellar. Do you go back to the room, or what do you do?
Yeah, we'll go back to the room.
Okay.
So Vajra can modify our memories. Definitely start with Glau.
Okay. So she will cast a spell
Agreed.
and will alter the memory. She asks you what time of day or what specific memory do you need altered, and what would you like it altered to so that everybody can be the same.
We should alter it to say we gave it to Vorak.
Nah, let's alter it to say we hit it.
In Manchin's tower.
Yeah,
We
I
could
think that
say
works.
we, yeah,
need
I say, or we can say we threw it into the Waterdeep harbor.
I like that. We can do that. Waterdeep Harbor.
Make them waste time, energy, and resources dredging, looking for it.
And see, he would believe that. He
Also,
might not believe anything else. I mean, there's a lot of things he wouldn't believe, but that he believed. That you were that vindictive to do that.
You probably ought to make sure and modify my memory first, just because the relationship that I had with him. I don't know if he'd be able to take advantage of that link that we have. So probably ought to make sure my memory's modified first.
Second, Glau first.
Well, okay, I'll be second. If she can do 3 of us today, I probably should be one of those 3.
I agree. And Moja, I don't mean to call you out, but since we haven't known you that long, I think you should be the third.
That's fine with me. She doesn't look very comfortable with the idea of using this magic, but of having
No.
this magic used on her.
None of us were that comfortable with it at first, but you kind of get used to it.
If it is the wish of you, then that is what I will do. I am new here. Still trying to understand what exactly is going on.
Alright, so she casts a spell and she concentrates on Glau's memory of the stone, and she implants this memory of you all standing on the dock of the harbor arguing about what to do with the stone, and finally Ned says, well, we can't let him have it, and throws it out into the harbor as hard as he can. And then she does the same for Ned, and then Emogia. She says, well, that's all I got for today. I'll hopefully speak with you guys tomorrow or later. It depends on what we do.
What time does that caravan depart?
The caravan departs at about 11 o'clock this morning. I suggest you get your plants. I thought you were going to do the plant thing with the druids, and I suggest you can make arrangements with them before you take off. I'll meet you at the docks so you can put the plants on the ships.
All right, and we plants on the ships, meet up with our dragon friend, and then do we need to bring any evidence with us to convince the Lord's Alliance of Vorak's treachery?
Well, if you take your pins with you, I will speak to them directly.
So have we decided how we're leaving the
James.
city yet?
Caravan. We're gonna stay.
Can I share laser guns or
Yo.
some shit?
So what about Ned? How is Ned leaving the city? Not Ned, Victor. How is Victor leaving the city?
I don't think
I would
Victor is.
assume you get him on the ship.
Yeah, Victor's going to be sailing on the ships.
Okay.
He's going to go back to being a sailor for a while.
Okay, because Lex would follow Victor, period.
So is Lex telling us that he's going with Victor?
Yeah, I guess so.
Well,
Okay.
do we want to take our chances on the ships then? And go with Lex and Victor?
No, I think we should. I think splitting ways is actually a better idea.
Okay.
We can confuse him the better.
Okay. Sounds
Either
good
that
to
or
me.
Victor and Lexi leave the city with us on the caravan, because we're going to meet up with the ships somewhere to the south.
Yeah.
Vajra tells you that the high tide's going to be about 3 p.m.
Yeah, I think we should all leave together in the caravan, and you guys can take the ships from there. After you have it modified by Vajra. Agree,
Okay.
disagree? I guess what we're going to do.
I think it's a good idea that we leave with the caravan. Absolutely.
Ships are too easy to get trapped on.
And follow and watch.
Now, hold on a second, guys. I gotta let my dogs out.
Okay. So out of character, just real quick, Cody, are you prepared to retire Lex and do something else, or?
Yeah, no, I'm happy either way. It's just what Lex would do at this point. Victor has been his charge from basically his god, so he wouldn't abandon Victor,
Understand.
broken or otherwise.
Yeah, and Victor
So,
is in no shape right now mentally to be coming along. He is definitely needing to get out, so Victor would not be coming along with the caravan.
Maybe we'll run into Agathar in the caravan.
Yeah, I don't know. I told Leah that this was a possibility depending on what the group did, and that would probably be the simplest thing to do is just bring Agathar back. So either way works for me.
Yeah, that's going to be problematic, but we can do it. We'll figure out a way to get him in there.
I'm always a problem, aren't I?
Well, as the story goes, Agathar's been taken to a different world.
Oh,
Well,
that's good to know.
I was gonna say, like, if you have a spare level 10 character somewhere around too, you could always
No,
be a
I can bring him
prisoner.
back. I'll just have to work it in there. I think I've got a good beat on what can happen.
Okay,
I've
whatever
actually
works. Like I
planned for
do
this.
have spare barbarian sitting around, so
I've actually planned for it, so I just have to figure out where I'm going to put it in the action here. So.
okay.
Right. And the only thing left on our list is find or talk to the dragon so Vorak can't use them against us. And finally, make sure to leave some evidence behind when he leaves this city.
I will also say, last night's long rest. Let me see how many spell slots I have. I have 5. I have 5 spell slots, so up to 5 people that have a ring of spell storing would be able to have a greater steed. Would now be able to have a greater steed if they so desire.
Right, who
I
has
have no
rings of
ring of
storing?
Not I.
Does Lexi?
No, Lex does not have one. The other druid has one.
I think Lal
Cal-
has one.
yeah, Glal and Caldora have one.
All right.
I do
Okay.
have Keldora's character, by the way, so if we need her to be in there, I can.
Well,
Sounds good.
Give them the spell slot or the spell for now, and we'll deal with the rest later. They can summon it whenever they want.
Yeah. That'll work. We'll just say I cast it into their rings, and whenever they're ready for it, they can have it.
In that case, should we go meet with our dragon friend?
Yes.
What is the name of this inn we're in again?
Hold on. How's that? It is the. Let me get my map back up here. Hold on. It's called the Dancers Inn. Or Dacers. It's supposed to be Dancers Inn. Jeez. I hate it when they just spell it.
Am I gonna be ready to be in the game soon, or am I still waiting?
No, you're with the group.
Okay.
Please put push to talk.
Oh, hold on.
So I guess we're ready to go meet our dragon friend. Go through the sewers and
I believe so.
Okay, Lexi, I need you to make a
Yep.
Constitution save.
Constitution save. Oh right, I do have that thing, that disease or whatever from that demon.
I totally forgot. Yeah, the red slot or whatever.
Okay, you feel fine.
Would there be any signs that that's there that Lex would notice other than he just feels fine and then something very bad happens one day?
He vaguely feels like a crawling under his skin, but that's about it.
Yeah, he's a lizard. He doesn't care.
Yeah, it takes a while for symptoms to show.
Right, I
All
guess
right.
you want to head to meet the dragon.
Okay, so you're going to go through the sewers and go out of town and then back in the back way, or what are you going to do? Are you going to go to the ancient city, I assume?
Yeah. So we'll go in the back way. Without, the
Okay.
potions of water breathing and things.
Yeah, I have no desire to do that again. Should have said that in character.
Came out of archive just fine. How about that? So you will come out. Let me get your characters. And there you are.
One moment. Launching game.
We're supposed to be seeing a map or something.
Oh yeah, let me give you.
Oh no, I just meant when you said "and there you are," I wanted to see if we were supposed to be seeing something or if you
Yeah, you
hadn't
should
loaded
be.
it yet. Okay, I'm not seeing nothing. Let's see. Is it hiding on
See a
here?
map. Do I see my token?
Come on.
It's
I'm going.
pretty close to the bottom right corner.
Should
Bottom
Lexi
third.
be in the upper left corner then?
Hold on. Let me see if I've got a duplicate of you up there. Hold on. No.
I'm not seeing it at all. Am I in the wrong place?
I see an entire map, but I don't see any tokens.
My token was on the bottom right-hand corner.
Yeah,
you'll have to
yeah.
scroll down.
Toulouse just moved.
Yeah, okay, I do see that. I bet.
I don't seem to be able to see anything though. I don't. My dark vision is working.
Okay, I see the map, but I don't see.
Yeah, I don't see where I'm supposed to be.
It's down in the right, near the right corner.
That's where I went, and I don't see anything but a black screen or black square.
Yeah, I don't see it either. Let me Let me close real quick or just refresh. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same.
You might also try zooming out, and also, Aaliyah, if vision isn't set up right on these tokens, they wouldn't be able to see anything anyway.
Yeah, it is set up right. It's just not. I don't know why it's not.
My character does have dark vision. I've got the goggles of night. Maybe that's why I'm not seeing anything.
I don't suppose
I
it's
know
the legacy dark vision is the problem.
Yeah, let me see if the map's set up correctly. Because I think the map is a legacy, and it's. I gotta change the settings.
I just reloaded and I'm getting the same thing. Just a big black screen. Now I have dark vision too. Oh, no, something just popped up.
Yeah, it was the map was set to the old legacy.
Okay.
No,
And
it
just
popped.
because, for simplicity's sake, Lex wanted to cast dark vision on himself when he walked down here.
Well, it popped up and it went away.
Nope. I see something now.
Now I see me in
I see
the
a
middle of a
dragon.
black square.
Oh, Firefox Reality just crashed.
I see Emoja, but she's in the middle of a black square.
Yeah, hold on.
That's all.
Yep. She crashed. My headset just crashed Firefox Reality hard. Launch game. 3x. Welcome. Okay.
Everybody see their stuff now?
I'm loading in.
I see my token, but it has no vision.
Same here. I see my token. I don't see any map.
And it crashed again. Fuck. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do, you stupid headset. Quit. No, that's not what I wanted to do. I didn't want you to boot it up.
I just see black. I'm still not seeing any tokens.
Okay, I don't know why it's not working. Hold on.
And I am zoomed as far out as it will let me go. Look, there we go. Something happened. I see now.
I still just see my token.
Adam, there we go. Just had to. Okay, I see me now.
No resize. 3. Done. There is a reason why I do the largest window resize possible for this, and that's because I can see the most of the table while we're in here.
Gotta love Roll20 on a Friday night.
Yep.
I imagine it gets crowded.
Ah,
Especially lately.
she crashed again. I gotta reinstall freaking Firefox Reality. Ah, God damn it.
Language, please.
Alright, how about now, guys?
Looks good to me. I can see it.
Token and black screen for me. Do I need to restart it again?
Yeah, just do a reconnect.
Yeah, I gotta reinstall my Firefox Reality so I can use it again.
There's some weird vision going on with my character. I can only see a wedge coming off of him.
Okay, hold on a minute.
If after Firefox Reality reinstalls, I still am not able to access Roll20 without crashing, I'm going to assume there's a script error that's going to prevent me from accessing it.
I'm still token in black screen. I can see the token, but I can't see anything else, so it must be,
Oh, I don't want Rec Room. Go
Must
away,
be-
Rec Room.
it must be my vision. I have dark visions that
Your vision is set up properly, so.
weird. I'm only at 38% too, so
What do you mean 38%?
the zoom.
Oh.
It's only at 38%, so shouldn't be taking up too much pixelation or any of that crap, whatever it does. I'll reload it again just in case.
I guess I can just put daylight mode on because it's getting annoying. Can you see it now?
It's loading.
No, I can't see it.
Seriously?
Yeah, same. I still got the same weird wedge.
It's like I have absolutely zero vision.
That's weird.
Same here, just black screen and the token.
Let me turn everything off in Legacy for you guys.
Is the map itself set for Legacy still?
No.
If you want to just set it for visible, we can be good and zoom in
That's-
on our spots.
That's what I
and,
got it set on.
Oh, okay.
No fog of war, everything's daylight settings.
Oh my god, this thing is taking so long.
Which is weird. I'm still seeing, I mean, I see this room we're in, and I've still got like my vision arcs still show up. So, but it's working okay for me.
Why you gotta be weirdo? You're like the only one.
Just lucky, I guess.
See?
Yeah,
Well,
I'm getting
anyways.
a scripter that's crashing my browser, so I gotta reinstall my browser to see if
I'll
it's
just go
something
ahead
with
and
my
move you to where
cache.
the dragon is. Can you see the dragon?
Yes. I see the dragon.
If I rotate myself in just the perfect way, I can see it.
My token hasn't moved.
I do not see it.
Can you see it now?
No.
So once I reinstall my browser, it's going to be default. The only thing I'm going to enable is curved display because it makes the most efficient use of my viewing space in my headset.
I don't know how else to do this because it's on daylight mode and everything. I've got everything lit up and it's still not working. I guess that's what happens when I bring a map out of archive.
Just curious, if you click on a token and hit Control L, I think it is, you can see the lighting from their perspective.
Yeah.
Correct on your game? Like, does my token seem to have vision on your screen?
Yeah, hold on a second. Let me check it. Yeah.
Huh, because I don't have the vision. Could you maybe delete my token and add it back on the map?
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and...
Turn it off and turn it back on again.
Yeah, I'm still using my punter's Oculus. Why are you making my controllers disappear? God damn, I am downloading at 70 kilobytes per second. And I'm paying for 400 megabits per second of internet right now. I don't have the creme de la creme of internet packages, but I've got the premium internet package.
I'm going to give
Here.
you a different token, unless you got one you want to use.
I'm sorry, what?
So I'm going to go ahead and give you a different token. So just hold on a second.
I just hope I don't have to pull out and say and declare that I can't play at all today. But I may have to get on the line with my internet provider and tell them I'm downloading at 70 kilobits per second over my Oculus, which is the fastest of all of my downloading devices.
Yeah, James. Why don't you guys talk about what you're going to say to the dragon, because the dragon's there, and we'll just fix this stuff in a minute.
What was his name again?
The dragon?
Yeah.
It's Zelnifarn.
If we see Zelnifarn, say, hey Zelnifarn, we have word of some trouble that might be coming your way.
Okay. What trouble are you talking about?
Seems Waterdeep has been taken over by a demigod level scion who is replacing the people, the leaders of Waterdeep, with body doubles. And we are attempting to escape the city and wanted to offer you the opportunity to join us on the high seas, away from the people who might attempt to capture you. He's allied with the Zargrund again, and they might attempt to
Water.
take over your mind again.
You mean you want me to go with you?
Yes.
Oh boy, sure.
And out of character, I did not expect the dragon to go like, "Oh boy, sure."
If
Out
I
of
remember right, it's brass, so or copper, and those are very, very friendly dragons. They
Yes.
might be a bit
they're kind of
annoying.
almost like dogs.
Right. Well, we will be leaving the city today, sometime around 11, and meeting up with our ships to the south sometime after. If you would like to meet us on the road somewhere south of the city, we'd be happy to have you join us on our adventure.
We
Oh
would
boy.
recommend that you show up looking like a human, or at least not a dragon, so you don't scare the caravan.
Or get attacked.
Sure. All right.
By the way,
Oh.
can you give us an idea of what you'll look like when you show up, so we recognize you?
I'll probably be, like, with my coppery hair and green eyes, just like I have, only, but, it'll be human-like. I promise.
Sounds good. And when you arrive, because of the body doubles, we may want to confirm that you're you. Please don't take offense to this. We have had some of our allies replaced already.
Seriously? Oh, wow, this is gonna be awesome.
Ritual cast detect magic.
You detect magic. It's a dragon.
What he's searching for is not dragon magic.
Ritual cast magic, that's going to take like 10 minutes to cast.
Yep. Can you see now, Devin?
No, I can't.
I gotta do my stupid 6-digit code from.
Jeez. I think it might be this map,
Firefox.
because I had to pull it out of the archive. And sometimes it just doesn't work right.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, in Zelnifarn, I recognize you leave as quickly as possible. We
626.
don't want them to come and find you.
Okay. I can't go in the city, right?
Yes, if you meet us on the road south of the city, we will meet up with you there.
Okay. I'll be there. And he just kind of starts tromping through to the door, and then remembers he's a big dragon, and he shrinks himself down and goes through the door.
Well, that's one ally we have at least. I guess we should. How long do we have before we need to meet the caravan?
You've got about 3 hours, so it's about 7 o'clock in the morning right now.
We have a noble. Who's the noble we helped? I'm so bad with names. Like our first adventure.
Rainier?
That's right. I'm going to use my. I'm going to suggest. Well, I guess I'll suggest to the group. I think we might want to see if we can get a message to Rainier about what's going on, so he can take measures to protect himself. I can scry on him with my orb and make sure he is hasn't been replaced already.
Might be a good
Okay.
idea. I can
Yeah,
go
Ned,
talk to Rainier.
yeah,
I know him. Yeah,
you know how to get a hold of him.
I've had previous interactions with Rainier. I can track him down and find him. But yes,
So
before I make that effort, we ought to make sure that he is who he is.
I will use my scrying orb to scry on him. And that's a true sight orb, so I should be able to see.
Yep. Okay, so he is in his study in his manor. It looks like he just woke up. A maid is bringing him a nice carafe of tea, and he's drinking tea. That's hopefully highly caffeinated for him. And he runs his fingers through his hair and pulls out the first pieces of paper, starts writing on the papers.
All right, I'm going to try and maintain the scry as... well, I guess... Ned, how do you intend on contacting him?
Through some mutual contacts. I've got a man. I'll have to go to the what's that stupid inn? The main one that we start, the yawning portal. I'll have to go to the yawning portal and get a note out to a man that I know.
Well, shit.
Watch your language, please.
I should be okay to go by myself. I'll just change my shape and change my appearance every time I round a corner, so that if anyone is following me, they will be confused.
Lex will ride with you in your backpack, just to be safe.
That could work.
And of course, when you two return, we'll have to verify your identity, but
Of
do try and
course.
give it to him.
Of course. Or we could have a challenge. A password challenge or a code
Mind
phrase
readers.
that we have. Huh?
Mind
Oh,
readers.
that's true. They are mind readers. They would be able to glean that information, huh? Without. Very well. Very well. A scryan it'll be.
Is there anyone else in the city we need to inform? All right. Then.
Yeah. I was just gonna say I can talk to. I will also while I am at the Waterdeep, or while I'm at the yawning portal, I will take the time to talk to my mother.
Unfortunately, the current setting for the map is creating some sort of script error in Roll20 that's just crashing my Oculus Quest. It is sending me back to home every time I try to load it. I am unable to join Roll20.
Oh, well, hopefully we won't get into too much combat, but we'll see.
Right, and I guess the last thing to do is, well, I guess Badger has that planned. When we leave the city, we need to make sure that it is known that we've left. Vajra sounds like has a plan. Is she with us? She went somewhere else, right?
Yeah, she went somewhere else.
Then I guess after you meet with your friend, we'll meet at the caravan.
Sounds like a plan. I'll meet you at the caravan.
Okay. When you get to the yawning portal,
Mm-hmm.
Ned.
Yep.
Bonnie is not there.
Okay. Where?
Durnan is though. And there's a new barmaid behind the bar.
What about the bard that performs there?
3 strings.
Yeah, what about 3 strings? Is 3 strings there?
Yeah, he's there.
Okay. I'll talk to 3 strings.
Okay. He's plunking at his 3 strings not very well. People aren't paying any attention to him.
I'll throw him a gold. and just motion to come over. I'll find a table somewhat secluded and toss him a gold and just mention to just kind of nod my head and have him come over.
Okay, he stops playing, bows, and nobody's still paying attention to him, and he comes over to you. He says,
So
what's up?
I'll pull out my loot and just kind of under the pretense of just kind of riffing a little bit with him, with a fellow bard, and just kind of doing that. I'll ask him where Bonnie is. Have you seen Bonnie lately?
You don't know?
Don't know what?
She's got a new position. She's like the head of the enforcers now.
Say what? No, I hadn't heard. What enforcers? You don't mean Vorak's enforcers?
Yes, I do.
Oh, that's not what I was. That's not good news, friend.
Yeah, he kind of says really, really, really softly so that only you can hear me. Yeah, that's how he's got hold of the changelings, and that's how he's getting hold of the cities. He's using the changelings to take over.
Well,
I don't know what he promised her or what's going on, but she's
falling for it, eh?
Yep.
Well, now would probably not be a good time then to try and talk to her. Can you get a message to Rainier?
Yeah, I can. What's up?
I need you to let him know that Adventure Influx is leaving, and we're gonna be caravan guards for the caravan that's leaving here in just a couple hours. And tell him he's welcome to join us.
All right, I'll get word to him. It's been a really scary times, buddy.
Yeah.
Can't trust anyone.
No. No, you cannot. Are you planning to stick around?
That's what we
are you going to get out?
Oh no, we're going to be helping. We're going to be watching and waiting and putting people together, keeping in contact, doing what the Harpers do.
Okay. Well, here, if it'll help you, I'll reach into one of my bags of holding, and I will pull out 500 gold, and I'll give him.
He puts his hand up.
500 gold to help him.
No need. We have a great patron. We're fine. You keep.
Okay. Maybe I'm put it better use where I'm going.
Yeah, you may need it.
Well, I wish you luck. I wish you luck in your resistance here.
Yeah, Ned, make an insight check or history check, either one.
You. Which one?
Insight or history.
Insight. We'll go with, where are you? History. Oh, we'll definitely go insight. Here we go.
Oh, dude. Okay, so you remember that the person who is the head of the Harpers is actually Mert, the money lender. So
right.
Yeah, he's Mr. Moneybags.
All right. So money, the Harpers are not. They're not hurting for. Okay.
Nope.
All right. Well, you might want. I don't know if this could be put to good use or not, but we certainly don't have any use for it. I've got this shield that's really good at stopping arrows. I don't know if you guys need it or not. I don't think you're going to take a direct approach. I know it's not the way, but I certainly don't need it. If you can use it, you're welcome to it.
All right, I tell you what, we'll find a good price for it, and we'll have that money waiting for you.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, if you can get rid of it too, that'd be good. All right, it's an arrow catching shield. I will get rid of that now. All right. All right. Well, best of luck to you.
Best of luck to
if
you.
I need to find you, if I need to get word to you, what's
I'll
the
just
best
look
way?
up any Harper in where you're going and let them know to send it to
Okay.
3 strings at the Yawning Portal, and I'll get the communication going.
All right. Sounds good. How about one last performance before I go?
Sure thing.
Let's get up there and jump up on stage of the Yawning Portal, and can either do a duet or I'll do a solo. Don't care.
Do a performance check.
Yeah. Figures.
It's better than what 3 strings has been doing, so people are paying a little bit more attention, and you get some people, nodding along with the music, but most of them are just, the pre-lunch crowd, so it's
Right.
not very poppin'. So.
All right. Well, after that's over, I will one last drink for the road. I'll order a mug of ale and head out.
Okay. So Tulu, what were you guys doing? Devin, you there?
Yeah, I don't think we had anything else to do. Just kind of waiting for the caravan to depart.
Yep.
You'll get a total of 140 silver pieces for your performance.
Cool.
So 1 gold, 40. Or, no, actually, 14 gold.
Yeah, I'll just mark that.
Alright, so as you are getting ready to leave, what kind of precautions? Are you taking any precautions? Being careful? What are you guys doing?
Oh, of course, yes. I will. Obviously, I need to be seen leaving the portal as myself. I will probably, for the first couple of blocks, I'll probably just take zigzag paths. And after I round every corner, I will change the appearance of my clothing. That's probably not too extreme right now and safe to do. And then as I get a little bit further away, or as I've managed to find some more secluded spots or better spots where I can at least attempt to shift, conceal, I'm going to just kind of continue to change my appearance, hair length, hair color, clothing style. Basically, about every block, as soon as I round a corner, I'll be changing what I look like.
Okay, anybody else taking precautions getting out to the gates of the city?
I'll just be intrusive.
You're muted.
Trying to
Lex,
I'm
draw
not-
my vestment, trying to
I'm
draw
not
my
there
vestments
anyway.
up, keep my face from being seen.
Lex is in Victor's or Ned's backpack.
I'll use my invisibility spell.
Oh yeah, I guess I have invisibility too. I could just cast invisibility.
Invisibility only lasts a minute, so that wouldn't work. But I mean, I guess I don't have a whole lot of stealth options, but I'll use the cloak to try and conceal my clothing and weapons and things, and blend in more with the crowd. And I can use the occasional spell if I need to. If I think I'm being followed, might use Misty Step or Invisibility to get away. But again, that's only if I have reason to believe that I'm being followed.
Alright, you get to the southern ward and go out the south gates. You see the road going onwards. There's a caravan readying up to leave. Before you go, there's an old sailor wanders up to you guys. Come for the caravan, have ya? This sailor says rather loudly, and says, your ships are waiting on the docks. I took the liberty of hiring crews for you. He throws you a heavy bag. That be needed on the gypsy, and I'll meet you there down the coast. And he's carrying he's like walking with a staff, or actually a cane that's all black. And the sailor winks at you a couple times and then heads off back towards the dock ward.
And
There's their evidence.
And that's where Lexi will climb out of Victor's bag and climb into the sailor's bag and be off.
Victor's with us.
Ned.
Yeah, Ned's with us too. Like, we're all leaving together.
Yeah, but Lex is going with Victor.
Victor's with us.
No, Victor's on the boat. We talked about
Victor's on the ships.
No, what I thought we agreed on was we'd all leave together, and then we met up with the ships. Victor and Lex would go their own way. But if you want, Victor's on the ship. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought Victor was going to leave with the ship.
Yeah, Victor was going to leave with the ship.
I must not have been clear then. Victor's on the ship.
Sorry.
We'll continue.
Okay, so in the bag, as you open it, there's black tabards for each of you that have a purple dragon embossed on them, one for each of the members of AI. There's a letter tacked to them detailing the Cormyr mercenary group, the Purple Dragons, and your temporary membership as caravan guards for the wagon train headed for Baldur's Gate. The mercenaries also assigned look at you with scowls as if you are not welcome among them, but none gainsay your presence. The leader of the caravan brings you horses, one for each of you. The final crates are being loaded and lashed down in the 10-wagon caravan. Each of you are given one of the spare horses with basic tack that appears to be replacements in case some of the more elaborate fighting harnesses of the Purple Dragon's cavaliers break. Each of them appear to be well versed in trained knights with lances, spears, scimitars, and short horn bows designed specifically.
May I interject just real quick? I'm going to mentally summon Sulafet and have Sulafet join us with the caravan.
Okay.
So I'll be on a Pegasus, not a horse.
Okay. So there's a lot of consternation as soon as your Pegasus shows up, and they're all like, they look at you a little funny, and then with a little bit more respect than they did before.
Be like, I'm going to ride in style.
And the rest of you can mount the horses if you'd like.
Sure.
Yep.
And
Yarp.
Do they have a saddle that'll fit Sulafet?
yeah, one of the basic saddles should fit him because he's
Okay.
pretty much the same size as a horse.
Yeah, I'd like to saddle him. Hopefully, make skill checks or writing checks a little bit easier on him.
Not quite the purple dragons, but pretty close.
Sure.
Each of them appear to be well versed in terrain. One of the reasons they sniff with disdain at the untrained members of AI. Joining you in a tabard is another mercenary who is pretty young male with coppery hair and green eyes. He has a shirt of scale mail that is as precise as a dragon's scales and even looks to be made of them. He has a sword and an enormous childish grin as he tries to mount one of the horses that seems incredibly nervous in his presence. He pulls the horse's head close to him and looks deeply into its eyes, and immediately the beast calms. With another grin, he's able to mount the horse and trots over to where you are, tying on your gear to your horses.
Hail and well met. Glad you could join us.
Oh man, this is gonna be great.
You are right in that regard, sir. I cannot tell you how much I'm looking forward to getting out of this city.
You know, this is the first time I've been asked to be allowed to go with somebody. This is so awesome.
Oh, well, I look forward to working with you, sir.
You can call me Zell.
All right, Zell. Yeah.
Okay, in the background, the workers are in kind of ragged clothes and very subservient to the caravan masters. They act almost like slaves, but you know that slavery is illegal in Waterdeep. The caravan masters treat them with the same sort of disdain that the cavaliers show you, and you would swear that they would have been using whips instead of lashing with their tongues if it had been allowed. After a tense 30 minutes, the caravan begins to move out. 3 cavaliers go out in front in a wedge formation, and 2 scout outriders take up watch positions 30 feet to either side and 40 feet in front of the caravan, and increase that lead as time goes on. Dust begins to rise in the wake of the wagons, and the slight breeze is not quite enough to blow it away. It's a warm day nearing the end of Tarsec, and the birds are singing in the trees as the smell of fresh blooms and vegetation fills the air. The horses, cows, and sheep are prancing around freshly released into the fields from their winter harbors and enjoying their freedom. Birds vie for the attention of potential mates in garish displays of plumage and elaborate song. As you look back to the southern gate, you notice a familiar stocky figure up on the battlements watching you leave. He is flanked by other figures, 2 women, a younger male human, all in rich robes, but his attention is all on you and your caravan. Your sharp eyes pick out Vorak's frown as he watches your horses pull away and into the southern trade road. You remember his annoyance that you had not provided the third eye to the Stone of Galore, and his scowl seems to reflect that broken contract. You are grateful that Harakuli has a way to block his scrying or detection spells, those that remember, and hope that Bajra is able to also block his attempts to spy on you. But you're confident that he knows of your leaving the city by horse, at least.
Never have I been so terrified of a plan going so well.
The creaking of saddles and the clopping
Oh,
of
relax.
hooves.
Oh, relax. The hard part's over. Smooth sailing from here on out.
The hard part lays on our return to Waterdeep, not our escape.
Famous last words.
The creaking of saddles and the clopping of hooves provide a constant rhythm that is both soothing and reminds you of your inexperience in the saddle. As time goes on, it gets rather warm. Your clothing is not exactly cut for riding, and you're beginning to notice a bit of chafing. Good thing you don't have to be in the saddle very long. Anybody have anything to say? Or
Ouch. Could you not say, dual effect? Could you not be so enthusiastic? I'm in a bit of pain here.
oh, you're hurting?
Yes, I'm a bit not used to this.
Well, maybe if you put the blanket on top of the saddle instead of under it.
I wouldn't want to hurt your fine hide. It's okay. I will get used to it. I haven't done this in a very long time. Actually, I can't even remember the last time. I can't even remember if I ever have done this before. Sure, I have. But yeah, you'll just have to take it easy on me.
His gait becomes a lot more even instead of bouncing up and down.
They're not used to horses.
So you guys travel on down the road. It's dusty. It's
Okay.
tiring. You're getting sweaty, and flies are buzzing around you. You're still fairly close to the city, so you don't expect anything to happen during the daytime. And round about evening, the caravan circles up in a regular camping spot. It looks like they've done this lots of times before. The mercenary of the captain of the Purple Dragons comes to you. He says, "This is where we part ways. Follow the path to the coast," and he points off to the west, and you see what looks like a little cow path running off into the hills. Follow that path to the coast. It leads to a sheltered bay where your ship will pick you up. Don't worry, we've been well paid to ensure your discreet departure.
Well, thank you for enduring such inconvenience. May our next meeting be more enjoyable.
So one thing he does is he kind of grabs the reins of the horses that are in his reach, expecting you to dismount.
Yep, totally do.
Okay, one of the younger members brings a mule over to you and says, "This mule will carry your supplies. The journey by foot should only take a couple hours." It's pretty clear that he intends you to carry on by foot, as his people remove the tack from the horses, curry them, and pick their hooves and rub them down before haltering them and putting them on tie-outs.
May I keep this fine specimen of a saddle you've loaned me with? I will happily buy it from you.
It's 50 gold.
Oh, is that all? I'll just casually toss him 50 gold. Be like, okay, there you go. Here's 60. Buy yourself a personality.
He's not frowning as much as he was, but he just takes the money and puts it in a pouch. And one of the boys brings a bale of hay out and doles it out to the horses. And they bring them water in buckets as you guys start down the path. The path is barely more than a goat path, and you hope that it is as clear as it leads to the coast. Even though the smell of ocean is clear, you want to be sure you make it to the correct spot to be picked up by the gypsy. So who is in front and who is making a survival check to make sure you can follow the path?
Let's see, Isael, how is your navigational skills?
What did you say?
James.
I'm pretty well versed in survival. Plus, I have a flying mount. I can fly on up ahead, scout out the area, make sure everything's okay.
Makes sense to me. Go for it.
All right.
You are not used to traveling much, are you?
I rolled a 25.
I wasn't talking about you.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you're able to pretty much pick the path right out, and it goes down to the coast. You can see it runs through a few hills. I'm going to bring you up a picture in a minute. And it goes down to, after it gets through these hills, it goes around to a small bay area. That's not the right one. And so you guys get, at least you find the right path down there. And we'll get this up for you.
But to answer your question, Emoji, I've actually been on the road for many years. That month in Waterdeep was a welcome reprieve from the road I normally travel.
Ah.
My
Myself.
traveling companion of many years died not too long ago. It's good to have new companions.
Myself have traveled most of my life. I don't recall ever spending too much time in one place, except when I was a child.
This is a memory we share. Or experience, I should say.
So remind me of our plan here.
Well, we need to find allies to help us take back Waterdeep.
Yep. So we're going to go try the Lord's. Sorry, go ahead, Devin.
Our plan is to sail north and south if the Druid plans work as we intend. We should be able to reach out to members of the Lord's Alliance to gain their help in taking back Waterdeep. Although we also hope to gain additional allies, things that Vorak would not see coming. And because we left ways for us to get back into the city, we can assist Vajra and the Underground as they try and delay Vorak's plans until we can gather our allies.
Yes. What other allies do you have in mind besides the Lord's Alliance?
That I don't know yet.
Well, as you can see right now, we have a dragon. We're hoping to make other alliances of a similar nature, hopefully.
This gives me great cause for concern. Any lord who's not afraid of a dragon alone is a frightening prospect.
This particular enemy, I doubt, fears even the gods.
It's not lessen my concern.
You are right to fear him. I would under no circumstances underestimate him. We've already underestimated him enough. It would be wise not to try and not to do it again.
I did not say I fear him. Seems to not like the implication of that word. I am used to dealing with powerful lords and their treachery, but I can respect such power for what it is and the danger that it can present to all of us and everyone else.
Yes, and hopefully his power has led to arrogance. We may be able to turn one of his boasts against him. He seems to believe he has one-upped Asmodeus, the Lord of the Nine Hells, and with any luck,
She
we can
cocks a
sabotage his
sinister
brain.
smile. She cocks a sinister smile at the mention of Asmodeus and the fact that this fool thinks he's one-upped him. That I would find very unlikely.
Indeed. One hope of the Underground is that we can sabotage the deal that he's made and bring down Asmodeus's or Asmodeus's, however you say it, on Vorak's head.
I can tell you from what experience I have of such powerful creatures. Fiends in my case, but nonetheless. If he believes himself to be the better of a greater devil, then yes, his hubris is definitely going to be something that we can exploit. He will likely balk at anything that makes him feel or appear less powerful than he actually perceives himself to be. That is an Achilles' heel. We must use it.
And is made better by his hatred of fiends.
Yes. Odd that he did not do away with me first, rather than the chattel that he had captured alongside me. Most of them seemed rather unobtrusive and non-threatening. I wonder why he left me till last.
I shudder to think what his reasons may be, as he seems to have a reason for everything.
Worth considering, at the very least.
Soon we'll make contact with Vajra, and we should be able to flesh out this plan more fully. I was fearful of discussing too much in the city, afraid that Vorak might find out our plans. But now that we're at least somewhat out of his reach, it is a good time to scheme.
Yes. Oh, do you have any other prospects at allies besides the Lord's Alliance? Any prospects at all?
At this point, just ideas. Ideas
Yeah.
of flights of dragons or hordes of daemons.
Well, one does not simply come by flights of dragons and hordes of demons.
Indeed not. It
I
will
hope I'm
be...
not stating the obvious. Or I hope I'm stating the obvious.
Indeed, it will be an adventure unto itself for us to find such allies.
The finding is far easier. But just convincing them to join the cause for the sake of joining it, no, it will take more than that, especially fiends. However,
As
if we were
Vorak,
to convince such beings, they too would find it abjectly unbelievable that this man, or this lord who likens himself to a godlike being, has bested Asmodeus, the Lord of Lies. It does not. They will want to see him face to face. They will want to disprove such things. Or be impressed by them, one or the other. Such is the nature of fiends.
true, but as his plans take shape, certainly more and more of the world will be drug into his web. People will have to choose sides, and if we're successful, they'll choose ours.
Web. That's another interesting thing. Have you thought to contact the Drow on this? Perhaps not the Spider Kissers, but mayhaps the Vayrunians. Or even the Australians.
That may be an option.
They keep
However,
truck with fiends and would not particularly care for anything human, like to be taking too much power on the surface, especially not after their long push to arrive and reconquer it themselves.
perhaps we've already had a few run-ins with the Drow from Luskin. Yeah,
Regan the Arse.
indeed.
Jar Axel can be a petty one, but he does hold a lot of sway. He too could be a powerful ally, except for the fact that apparently you've already pissed him off. That is what you said before, right? You ran afoul of him?
Indeed, we did. We thwarted his plans to join the Lord's Alliance.
And Illustrians may be an even more likely possibility. And Vayrunians are always competing with one another, so As long as they don't work for or are sworn to Brigandiarth, they too may be of value. They like a challenge, and they fancy themselves sneakier and quite capable at the arts of dispatching powerful lords themselves. Such is the nature of the whisper.
Anybody in the party can make a history check at this point.
Do I need to make that, or are you just
No, I think
letting
this is...
them correlate what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay. This is stuff she has knowledges of, so I'm hoping it adds a few angles for them to pursue. She doesn't know much about Waterdeep, but she knows a lot about other things.
Okay, Ryan, and Toulouse, you know offhand that Dorian has said something about his allies of the Illustrae worshippers.
By the way, Aaliyah, just out of curiosity, because I'm not particularly certain where we're at bell reckoning wise. Is this before or after the death or supposed death of Quilly? She was one of the seven sisters, but she was, as I understand it in the lore, she had recently either been presumed dead or died.
Yeah, this is after.
This is after?
Yep.
Okay, so the Illustraians are basically running on their own steam now, rather than
Yep.
the power of one of the seven. Good, because I didn't want to metagame the seven into this at all or anything. But the one thing she would know is that Quilly is no longer alive, or purported to no longer be alive, which is just as good. So she wouldn't mention her at all. All right, thank you. It's worth consideration. They hold considerable power, and they hold considerable alliances with people who also hold considerable power. And although the Spider Kissers are the ones that have more truck with fiends, the Australians are not unfamiliar with them, and they too have a tendency to forgive those who don't stray too far to the dark side. This could open a window or doorway to plausible spiderwebs of allies, to make a pun.
That may be an option. One of our other allies whose life is currently in jeopardy is mentioned alliances with the followers of Illustrahi.
And Keldora kind of smiles and waves.
So you
Wise.
know, yeah, right. So you know too, if we got desperate enough, you know, would it be so? When I said we could always see about getting Jarlaxle into the Lord's Alliance if it means we can have Brigand to Earth help us.
That's true, and there's only one thing Jaraxel values more than vengeance, and that's power.
Yep. So
He could be
maybe,
swayed by the, or perhaps persuaded.
yep.
But first, we would want to make a stab at buying off whatever contract he's made in his own mind against you.
Yes.
I would prefer that we gain allies by uniting under a common threat rather than uniting under the desire to replace Vorak with our own figureheads. I
Well,
worry what kind of contracts conceived in such a way would do to weaken the Lord's Alliance in the future.
well, let me offer this in retrospect to that. You say that time is of the essence and that we must cut this off at the pass before he grows more powerful than we can handle. I can tell you this from my personal experience. Money will pave ways faster to allies than convincing will. If we have to convince them, that could take unknown amounts of time. But money, well, people have a tendency to make quick moves in favor of reward.
Money
Just
I don't
my
mind parting with.
experience.
money I don't mind parting with. It is
I would.
position and authority that frightens me.
Well, I was using money more as a metaphor. That's what I mean. Things of value. If we can sway allies into our stable through promises of position and power, well, let's put it this way. Who's more powerful, Jaraxel or the men we're trying to depose?
Vorak by far.
And if we manage to successfully depose Vorak, would we then be at a ponderance to be able to depose someone such as Jaraxel in his stead? After then?
Now, if Jarlaxle gains position with the Lord's Alliance, we won't just be deposing him, we'll be fighting against the whole alliance.
No, I doubt we'd need to. And let's not forget the Alliance powerful enough to police itself. First, they probably wouldn't enter into such a contract unless they thought they had things well in hand. But secondly, again, they can police themselves. They're powerful enough to make sure that no rats get in their larder, I think. And Jaraxel considers himself a statesman. He'd be on best behavior. If he thought he
Sure.
stood to gain.
I'm sure he would. I think we should start with the allies we know we have first, the Lord's Alliance, and expand out from there. So I do agree making allies quickly is of great importance.
We could
How about
always
you?
pitch the idea to them. Why don't we make alliances with them if they agree? Couldn't hurt
About
to
you?
suggest it.
Indeed.
I'm sorry.
How about you, Zell? Do you know of any powerful allies that might aid us in our quest?
Are you talking to the dragon?
Yes.
No. All I know about is my siblings. Most of them left before I left the nest.
And you don't know where they are anymore?
No, we all went our separate ways to find our way in the world. We're supposed to be gathering memories.
Ah, I see. Well, perhaps we will meet other dragons, such as a silver or gold, who maintain closer ties with their family. They may be able to help us.
You know, when I was out hunting, I saw another dragon hunting. A big
Really? Where was this?
one. Southeast of Waterdeep. There's a really nice meadow up there with elk. Oh boy, I love the taste of elk.
And this dragon didn't mind you hunting on its grounds?
It had already eaten, and it gave me a weird look, but it left me alone.
What kind of dragon was it?
I think it was gold.
Do you know where he nests? Or she?
No, I don't.
Perhaps we'll have to visit its hunting grounds ourselves.
Maybe.
When we meet up with Fajra, hopefully she will have some input on these ideas and be able to give us some guidance. Though I do find it encouraging that my allies or my friends and traveling companions have such ideas on winning allies. Perhaps this battle is possible after all.
Battle is always possible. Winning is the question.
Say, let's not count our eggs before they've hatched. or counter chickens before they've hatched.
Did you just
You
say
got
what I
chickens? I
just
like
said, but a
chickens.
different way? I think you did.
I think I did.
Ned apologized.
No apology necessary.
I'm sorry if I've offended you.
You did not offend me. I found it humorous.
Well, it offended me. I can't stand chicken analogies.
But I love chicken.
I'm gonna. Great. Now I get to make it my new life's mission to come up with chicken analogies every time I can. Huh?
So after a couple hours, you guys make it to the coast, and you see there's 3 sailors lounging by a John boat. As you can see, the three-masted gypsy anchored in the shelter of the bay, deep enough to keep it from being grounded by the tide. The sailors seem anxious to be underway and push the John boat out into the surf as they beckon you to hurry. The mule does not appear to want to get its feet wet and balks at the edge of the waters.
Best we make haste. Last one there gets no eggs.
Let's just get on the boat.
Are
So-
you going to try to get the mule
He
on, or are you going to
agreed.
unpack it, or what?
What do we want to? What do we want to do with this stupid mule? He ain't gonna
Yeah.
want to go on the boat.
Hungry, Zelnafar?
Tastes like chicken.
I can eat it?
He's
Oh, that's
all
right.
yours.
Yeah, he's not going to do us any good.
Yeah. If he's not gonna join us on the boat, he's of no use to us.
You could try animal handling, you know.
Could.
Let's see,
That's what they're
Isael-
doing.
Would Isael want to try and save the mule?
Just
I'm
for
gonna try it.
just for the sake of the party knowing, she doesn't appear to have any reaction to this one way or the other, and seems to think either choice is completely acceptable. For my
Okay.
part.
So who's going to roll, or are you just going to unpack the mule and leave it behind for Zelnafarn?
It sounds like Isael is going to try and get it on the boat.
So roll your animal handling, you see.
And I presume her being the new girl, you all are still trying to get to know her, so that's why I'm letting you know some of the things that you would see.
Sounds
This
Well,
party's
let's see.
been known to be a little indifferent towards its people. They
Yeah,
threw
well,
one guy out because he did one weird thing. It was odd.
I'm trying to change that. Indifference is hard to imagine in my mind's eye. It's very easy to imagine in real life.
Loading character sheet.
Do you know what your bonus is? You can just type or roll.
I can't get into roll 20.
Do you have a dice roller on your app, on your phone?
On my Xbox, and it rolls. Give it a minute. 20.
Okay, so you get the calm the mule down and get it into the water, and then get it onto the boat.
Next time, Zell.
I've never tasted mule, but that's okay. There's just enough room for you and the mule, plus the 3 sailors, and they run out the oars and row the boat out to the ship. The mule is not happy again as they lower a boom with a horse sling and buckle it around the animal. You gonna try to roll your animal handling again there, Ysael?
14.
He's not very happy about it, and he struggles a little bit, but as soon as they lift him off his hooves, he just goes still and stiff, with his eyes all round. And you
We
lift
brought
him
our
onto
submarine, right?
Huh?
No,
Sorry,
that's a good question. What
did
about our submarine?
we brought our submarine, right?
Nobody said they were bringing the submarine.
I forgot all about our submarine.
Well, we have our little messenger snake. It could send a message to the gnome engineers.
You also have someone who can transform into a tiger shark.
Do you want to be a tiger shark?
And do you want to swim all the way back to Waterdeep?
Do you want to go off all by yourself and swim back to Waterdeep solo? And
You get
No,
to-
I'm not keen. I'm not keen to do that because I probably get my ass kicked.
But you get to be a tiger shark.
Just
Okay.
use the.
Okay, somebody's secretly something that they're not willing to admit in the open.
I just thought it'd be cool to be a tiger shark.
Anyway, so question: is there any more animal handling needed after they bring the mule on the ship?
Yeah, they have a cargo hold where they can keep animals.
I was just asking if the mule was gonna try panic. If the mule was gonna panic as soon as it was brought out on the ship.
No, it is like scared stiff right now.
Okay.
This one is yet to see
But-
the a ship on the water, has it?
Yeah, it doesn't look like this mule has ever been on a ship.
It'll calm down in time, I'm sure.
Yeah. Roll an insight, or actually animal handling check there, Isao.
14 again.
Okay, you kind of get the idea that putting a blanket over its head will probably calm it down a lot faster.
Blanket.
So you put something over its eyes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and it stops shaking and being stiff, and it'll actually let you handle it and take it to wherever it needs to go. The sailors will put a ramp down the stairway so it doesn't have to try to climb down the stairs blind.
I'll whisper to Ned. Think the same thing would work on Isael?
could give
I'm
it a
gonna
try.
roll perception to see if he hears that.
Are you actually trying to be quiet about that, Talu?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Roll a stealth, and then Isael roll perception.
27.
Can't even get that high.
Okay, so you hear what he says. Your sensitive cat ears.
Heard that. I will remember what you said. That'll come back to bite you in the ass one of these days.
Tilu just laughed.
Having a sharp memory is a
Where the
very
heck?
important
Wait,
skill
wait,
for a
wait.
mage.
Where the heck are you getting those from?
What?
Getting what from?
Sorry, wrong reference here.
Okay. You hear the shouts of sailors making final checks as it echoes across the bay, and the sounds of seabirds crying overhead, lap of the waves against the hull of the boat and the beach fill the spaces between other loud noises. The smell of the salt spray permeates the air as does the fresh breeze off the ocean. It's almost enough to override the smells of the unwashed bodies around you. The light breeze ruffles a singular sail in the mizzenmast as it is swung about to help provide the power to move the ship as the sailors begin to guide the ship out of the bay. Once out of the sheltered bay, the sailors climb about the riggings, preparing to drop all sails into place.
I guess I'll approach the captain and ask if how it was escaping water.
Not a problem at all. Nobody even came up to us, except for an old sailor that might be familiar to you.
What did he want?
Well, I'll let him tell you himself. He's down in the hold.
Oh yes, I'm gonna go talk to him. Head down there. See Vajra.
Okay, the old sailor waits for you on the midden deck and the muster platform between the upper deck and the mid deck.
I follow out of curiosity.
Okay, is everybody going down there or just Tulu?
Does anybody else see a real problem with putting glaw on a boat in the middle of the ocean?
I see a problem with putting Baldur just about anywhere.
Oh, he's on a wood ship. He's happy. He can burn it.
We're gonna have to take shifts keeping him in a water barrel.
Or near a water barrel. Or keeping a water barrel handy or something.
Yeah.
Tie him to
Take away his focus and his spell components.
Well, remember, he has a tendency to spontaneously combust sometimes.
hang him off the oh rats, what do they call it? The bow.
The
Bowsprit.
bowsprit.
Yeah.
I don't
He
believe
catches on fire,
Emoji is.
burn the rope, and fall right down.
I don't believe Emoji is familiar with this at all, so I don't think she would be thinking about it.
Okay, so does everybody go down to the midden deck?
Sure.
I'm gonna stay up on top.
I'm not even sure if Lex or anybody's there, so
Yeah, they're down in the sailors' quarters.
okay. He wouldn't know anybody's here, so he's just gonna hang out with Victor.
He would know that somebody has been brought aboard, and you knew that the plan was to meet them. So, but when the ship starts moving again and the anchor's hoisted, you would know that.
Okay, fair enough. He'll go up and meet them, and go down to the lower deck.
So let me get your characters.
Emoji's just following, listening to conversations, trying to, again, get a handle on who these people are and what all's going on, who they know, all this stuff.
Can you
Fact-finding.
see this map?
Yes, just fine.
Yep, just fine.
Okay.
Yep.
The place that the old sailor meets you is where the blue circle is.
Well, I guess we'll just walk up and say, good to see you again.
On the Gypsy, the old sailor waits for you on the middeck, the muster platform between the upper deck and the middeck. Once the Gypsy is underway, the sailor will cast a detection spell and then cast another spell using a black cane staff. Before then sighing in relief, and she drops the disguise. Vajra stands before the party and asks, "Did you bring the sack of materials?"
Sure did. Hand it over.
Cool. She takes the sack of things and she'll pull out chalks, candles, powders, incense, and vials of water. She'll begin to chant and draw a circle in chalk and mixes the water with the powder as she burns incense and scribes magical runes. Occasionally she will place and light candles, and a heavy scent fills the air. It feels as if the atmosphere is becoming charged and heavy, and small motes of energy arc through the powders and chalk markings. As her chanting and motions come to a crescendo, the energy arcs become more frantic, racing between the runes and burning them into the deck without fire. As the smoke clears, the circle is cast in glittering charged lines and curves. The runes, faintly glowing with an unearthly light, seem to be a part of the decking itself. Vajra dismisses the residual energy carefully and methodically, snuffing the candles. When she's finished, she looks a bit worn but satisfied. "Attune and memorize this circle," she says to the party. "This will enable you to come here without a teleportation spell."
I do that.
Same here.
It's with a teleportation spell, sorry.
Is that something that you would have to be an arcane magic user to use?
Yeah, you'd have to have the teleportation spell, yeah.
Gotcha.
You need to have the teleportation spell on your spell list.
Pretty much.
You mean the
Is it
teleport
on the
circle?
bard? I'll have to look. I don't know if that's on the bard spell list or not. There are arcane casters, but
Teleport is a 7th level spell.
teleportation circle is a 5th level spell.
Bard, sorcerer, and wizard have access.
Bard, sorcerer, wizard. So yeah, I can learn it.
Teleportation or teleport circle?
I think it's teleport circle.
Oh, both spells are on the bard list, so yeah, I can learn them.
And Glau can. I wouldn't be able to learn it until level 17, but at least we have 2 teleporters.
Do you want me to just add it to my spell list? Or how do you want that to work? Because I'm not like a wizard and I can't just learn spells unless I have DM caveat to do so.
Aren't we using the versatility rule? It's like once per
Yes.
long rest. You can change 1 spell, I think.
That's true.
That's in the new book. But
Let me see. 5th level.
if he has it in any of his possessions.
I would have to swap out hold monster or animate objects for it.
I have hold monster.
All right, maybe I will. Oh wait, no, never mind. Hold monsters from a magic item that I have, so it would have to be animate objects, because Wall of Force is a magical secret, so I can't swap that.
Yeah, hold monster's a lot higher level than what we can be able to do right now.
No, hold monster is a 5th level spell. But yes, the
Okay,
only
I
5th
thought
level
I had
spell.
it.
The only 5th level spell that I know is animate objects.
Vajra, are you certain this crew is trusted, or we can trust this crew? At the very
They're
least,
as
can you be certain?
trustworthy as any crew that you can hire.
That's fair. At least we don't have to worry about Vorak having spies here or something. At least not shapeshifters.
Lexi and Victor know the captain already.
And if he hired his old crew, then we would know the whole crew.
Yes.
Vajra, I would like to introduce you to Zal, a dragon we met when we were fighting the Zargrund, who's agreed to assist us on our adventure.
Okay. Who?
I'm
You're talking
Emoja.
about-
I just follow these people around.
Okay. All right. I'll take you to meet the captain. And she takes you back further into the ship, where the captain's quarters is. I don't know if you're all going to fit in here, but I'll get you there close.
I can eavesdrop from another room if need be.
You're all close enough. Let me get the picture.
Fighting with each other, then they're acting insane. Guy has
Pull him up. Oh, he does?
There's your captain. And Captain Anderson nods to you and points to a small fruit tree in the window of his quarters. There be your plant, right from the dreads. It's kind of like almost where Emoji is standing.
Fantastic. As unsuspecting as this plan is, it would be an asset to us.
Well, you kind of get the idea that he specifically requested the fruit tree because he likes fruit.
It is good for fighting scurvy.
Yep. It was about the only way that they could convince him to actually have a tree on his ship.
Is it an orange tree? Or a lime tree? Some kind of citrus?
Probably a lime tree.
Nice.
Lex will walk over to the plant and ask it if it's getting enough light over here in this corner.
Lex could make it super produce, couldn't
It
he?
is not as happy as it could be. But there's not much other place to put it, because if it was on the deck, it'd be too cold.
Okay, then I am going to cast plant growth on it.
Okay.
That should make it happier.
Is that the 24-hour version that makes it produce more, or the one action version that makes it actually grow larger?
Yeah, it'll be the 24-hour version. He'll just work on it. Just sit there and cast it on the plant over the next day.
Yes. Captain's going to come back and his whole office is just going to be a jungle.
Quit it!
I assume Sulafet's probably down in the hold with the mule, keeping the mule company.
So, quit it! So, it's gonna get all gnarly. Because there's not really enough space in there for it to grow.
I think plant growth, the 24-hour version, just makes it so it can produce twice as fast or twice as much.
Yeah.
No, I guess I don't have it on my list today. I forgot to put it in. So he won't do that. He'll get it tomorrow.
Quit it! Here, come here. Let me.
I guess after introducing ourselves to the captain, I'll suggest that we go somewhere to plan our next move.
And it's only an 8-hour. It's an 8-hour version to cast. All plants in a half-mile radius. For 1 year, they wield twice as much.
The captain will have his cabin boy show you to your quarters. That'll be in the lower decks.
I'm going to need to step out for a little bit and help my wife get the kids to bed.
Okay.
So, just have me, if we get into combat, just have me sling out a concentration spell.
Well,
and then
if we took a 15-minute break, would that be long enough?
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that.
It's going to be probably closer to a half hour. They're in the shower right now. I just got to help them get washed and then teeth brushed and into bed. So it's a kind offer, but you don't have to do that if you don't want to.
Fair enough.